Welcome to how to use our training program. What I'm going to do during this tutorial is I'm going to show you how you should fill out the information in your booklet and some of the things you should be aware of as you go through the booklet along with your videos. This goes without saying. I interviewed Kylie Lloyd in 2010 and she surprised me about how hungry she was about training away from the field. Here's a quick quote that I took from our interview with Kylie. Recording results. Here you'll see phase 1. Phase 1 is basically trying to go through your individual skills and understand how to do them. So in the first week, we don't put any emphasis on an enormous amount of workload. The emphasis is on understanding the moves, understanding the ball mastery moves, and understanding how to do the exercises. What we do ask is that you record your juggling scores from the first week onwards. We call this phase 1 the mastery zone. As you can see here, it shows the moves that you have to do in each section on each day. It's also telling you in the red how many you need to do with regards to each task. Then down the bottom it shows you here with your juggling challenges how long you have to do them for. Also, we've added in a section of extra work. So if you complete your tasks and have enough time, perhaps you can take on board the extra work that we ask or suggest that you can do. Down here, you record your juggling scores. So in the first line, it would be your bounce juggle, the second line, your catch juggle, etc. Now, if you're an advanced player taking this course, you might want to try and do preferred juggling, non-preferred juggling, and all parts juggling, and try to do 2 attempts instead of 1 in the first week. As you move on to phase 2, we call this the challenge zone. You will record 2 attempts when it comes to juggling. So your first attempt, then your second attempt, and basically what you're asked to do is try and beat your first attempt. Again, we suggest extra work if you can get through the challenges, your moves and your juggling exercises, and you have enough time spare. Once you get into phase 3, we suggest doing a slightly different schedule. Phase 3 is based around trying to figure out which areas of the course you need to work on the most. So as you can see here, we've listed all the areas that we work on. Ball mastery 1, ball mastery 2, attacking moves, breaking pressure. You might just choose one of those areas to work on that you feel you need to improve. You might again the next day choose ball mastery 1. You might again the next day choose ball mastery 1 again. This phase is basically used to develop the area of your game that you feel you're not efficient at and to work on it and make yourself better. Again, we go with the extra workload if you manage to get through this part of the course and you have enough time left. Also, you need to record your scores. The 4th zone is developing your strengths. So last phase that we spoke about what are perhaps areas that you need to improve. And as you come into the final phase of the course, we now talk about what are the areas that you are very good at and can you make yourself even better at them. Again, we give you the choice to choose an area that you will want to develop and you think you're very good at. You can go and choose the same area each day, or you can choose different areas. We leave this down to you. We ask you to set up extra work if you have enough time left. And again, make sure you fill out your juggling scores, which becomes really important because it starts to give you a reference as you're entering your final phase as to how much you've improved. Just in case you were unsure from the videos, we created an area where you can go and understand each activity. Every activity has an outline, as you can see here. It has coaching points, and it tells you what you need to do in that activity. So for example, the size of the grid, the time. On this one, there's no sets or actions needed. And down the bottom, you have a reference point where you can record your scores from the first time you tried to the very last time once you finish phase 4. As we move through the activities, here you'll see with your ball mastery, you work for 10 seconds in an area 10 by 10, and you do each ball mastery move 5 times. A set is the amount of times that you will do something. As we move throughout the activities, for example, we then get to individual attacking moves. You can go anywhere in the field and practice your moves. You do it 5 times, so you do 5 sets, and within each set you have to do 10 actions, which means you have to do the move 10 times. So in total, you would have practiced the move 50 times. 5 sets, 10 actions, which is the move.